And smiles, everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a single signature journal, and I'm going to make it out of an envelope. And then I'm going to cover with fabric this envelope. And this fabric here, I just loved it. I loved the looks of it, and it actually was a pillow cover, and I just cut the zippers. Well, I didn't cut the zippers, but someone gave me this, and it's pretty wonky, but that's okay. It'll work just fine. And so I'm gonna just jump right in and start, and we'll do our cover today for sure. So this will be the front of the journal. So what I'm going to do, this little piece here, I want to make into a pocket on the back of the journal. I thought that would be really cute. Plus, this is not quite long enough on this side because of the way it was cut. So putting the pocket on will solve that for sure. And then I'm going to use this fabric here for the inside, and I was able to cut it so that it is more square. So, and I just seal your envelope. It's the first thing you need to do. So I'm just going to seal this envelope. And then what I will do is I am going to use a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to stitch around the outside of this. I'll just turn it over. And it will, see how it's a little bit short on that side, but that's okay. The pocket will work just fine. So what I'm going to do is I will sew my pocket on first, and then I'm going to zigzag sew all the way around the outside of my journal cover, and then I will trim it off. And when you're sewing, you can feel the edge of your envelope, and what I do with my zigzag is I try to catch one side of my zigzag on the envelope and the other on the outside of the envelope. But it doesn't matter if you want to put it all on the outside of your envelope, but the envelope is just the line that you would follow when you're sewing it. And I'm going to do that and then come back, because this is quite a bit of sewing, so I don't want to keep you watching me sew this. So I will get this all sewed, and I will be back. The other thing is I will sew this first on the pocket. I will sew this side on first, and then I will catch the pocket going around the outside edge. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I'm back now, guys. So I just sewed around the envelope and put the pocket on, and I used a zigzag stitch. That's what I really like to do with these type of journals. And then I took pinking shears, my pinking shears, these here, pinking shears, and I just trimmed it off, and I like the edge that it gives it, but you can certainly trim off with a straight scissor if you'd like. I always like to sew when I'm using fabric on an envelope journal. So this is how it turned out. yeah, you can see on this side better. You can see the zigzag stitch, how it turned out. I've just got a couple of threads here I need to take off. So then what I want to do for the cover, I'm loving this cover. This material is really nice. I love the black flower. So I want to use one of these that we made the other day. I think would look really nice on here. And I'm thinking this one would be the nicest on here with the bolder journal word. And I know it might be hard to see on the camera, but this here has a deep green, this pattern. It's a deep green color to it, but it's kind of hard to see on the video. So I thought that would work. That will work really great. So I just want to see about the placement. And then I had these two cameo brooches, and I thought one of these would work really nice on the cover too. And this has sort of a gray background. I think it's gorgeous with the black stones, and then this has the black. So I was just going to check and see which one would look the nicest on this cover. So I'm just going to sit down and figure out the placement of this. I kind of like that right there. And then I think I'll put the brooch right here. So I like them both, but I think I like this one a little bit better because it's larger. So I'm going to put that right there on this one. Now, I could take this finding off the back and it would lay completely flat, or I could clip it on just like this, and then the recipient of this journal, whoever gets this journal, could actually take it off and wear it even if they so wish. So I'm going to think about that part of it and see about whether I want to pin it on or take the finding off and glue it right onto the page, because I am liking how that looks right there. So I think I'm going to use this brooch and I'm going to glue this on, and I think I'll do it right there, except for first I want to edge it with some black soot. I think I'll try, and just so it stands out just a bit more. And so I'm gonna just edge this. Yeah, I like that with the black soot ink. Get that all edged. And then I'm gonna use fabric tack to glue it on, because it is fabric that I'm gluing it to. So I use this fabric tack when I'm working with paper, well, anything that I'm attaching to fabric. I find it works very well. The jewelry finding, I will use E6000 glue, I think, because that is a really, really tough glue and it works really well with jewelry. So I'm just going to get this glued on here. I got a bit of fabric on there. I found this fabric here is almost like a canvas, like a burlap is what that is made out of. So it shedded a lot, but the sewing secures that for sure. And even if it sheds around the edges. I like that look too, but it won't go past where you sewed. Okay, if I can get this glue to flow, that would be great. That's the next problem. I find lots of times it takes me a while to get the Fabri-Tac because the bottle is almost used up. It takes a little bit to get the glue to come out, and it can get stuck goopy in the end, and you might have to pull that out. But I don't see any goop, but it's not wanting to come out for me now because I want it to. And the weather can cause this glue can get a little goopy in the colder weather. Also, it's not wanting to come out. Come on. Oh, here we go. It's just that I did not have a lot of it left, so it took a while to get it to come down. I do try sometimes to put my glue like this particular container does, so that the glue is always at the end, but I try that. I don't do that with my Fabri-Tac because I have found that it will leak on me, so I don't want to do that. The lid is not as secure as it should be, and this is not the cheapest glue either, so I sure don't want to waste it. Okay, I think that will be good. So we'll just get the cap on that, and we'll put that on. And then I think we'll decide on the papers that will go inside the journal. So I think I like it down here. So we'll just put that on. And I also love, oh, I love that sound. There we go. So that'll just take a little bit to dry. So I want to let that dry, and while I let that dry, we'll pick out, I picked out some papers to go in it, and I'll show you. And I do love how this pocket turned out in the back. It's going to be wonderful. Wonderful. They'll be able to fit all kinds of things in there, even a pen to carry with you. And you always have your pen that way. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and I will show you the papers, some of the papers that I have picked out for this journal. I think this particular image, I absolutely loved it, and I thought it would go great in this journal because of the blacks and the black on it. And then this side, I don't know if it's picking up well on the camera or not, but it is a green also, and a black and white image. And I just loved this image here. And what it says is, it isn't what you have that makes you wealthy, it's what you give away. Really like that saying. So I'm going to make this my middle of my signatures page, so that when it opens you will see the whole image. So that one I'm definitely using. And then this one is just some this one is coffee dyed paper, and it's quite dark, so I thought that might go good in this because of the black again. And then this page here is sewing pattern, and I sewed this page together, and I will show you in another video how to do this. It's great. I love this technique, again, because of the texture it gives it, and I think I'll use that in this book also. And easy peasy just to either stamp on, or you can certainly journal on it too. So I'm going to use that one. This one I had picked out because of the green again. I thought it was pretty wonderful. Then I have some grid paper. I have two different ones here that I thought I might put in the book because just for writing. It's quite white, so I'm going to spray this, and I'll do that in a minute. Again, some coffee dyed. I picked this because it was darker, and this one here again because of how dark it is, and you can draw. And then this one here is a green piece that I sprayed, and I believe it might have been just some simple ink that I put with water in a spray bottle, and I sprayed the paper with it. And I loved how marbled that came out, and I thought this would be great in this journal because of the green. I have a map here that I may put in. And then this one, again, is a little bit thicker paper. I think I'll use that one. I'm going to spray it too because I've already got a bit on it. The same with this. I may spray it. And then some ledger paper. So I'm going to just do some spraying here. And I'll show you how I do that. Like this here, I could have did my usual tea dyeing and dipped the paper in, but I hadn't done that to that paper yet. But these ones here, I find lots of times doing that method, it will dry and it takes the lines away lots of times. So the way I'm going to do it for this book is I'm going to just take paper here, put down some paper. Now this is just some scrap paper that I use for underneath different techniques. I'm just going to move things out of the way here. And I love it because it just gets all kinds of colors and sometimes designs on it. And then I will use this paper afterwards. And this particular paper, I think I might have used with that green spray. So it may reactivate when I do this, but that's okay with me. I like these colors will, if they happen to bleed in, will be just fine with me because of the colors they are will go just wonderful in this book anyway. So then I just take some, I have a spray bottle of tea here, and what I do for this is I add a splash of alcohol, because if you don't, your tea can go bad and moldy even. So the alcohol keeps it from doing that or getting smelly or anything like that. So I'm just going to spray these papers. That's what I'm going to do. Now this will give it more of a spotted look, as you can see. So I'm just going to turn those over and do the back side. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And so I'm going to just set these aside to dry. And then I'll spray the ledger paper and let it dry also. And none of that color did pick up on those. So that's fine. But if it had, I wouldn't have minded at all. So I'm just going to spray this one too. And we'll put that aside to dry. Okay. So that's how easy it is if you want to just spray some white paper and add some tea dyeing to it. As long as you don't mind the different spots. The other thing you could do is perhaps put a stencil over top and see how that turns out. Okay, so I'm going to just set that aside for now. And oh yes, so these ones for sure I want to use. Oh, I should spray this one too. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just quickly spray this one also. I'll put a little more on this one. It's a little thicker paper. I think it might be watercolor paper. I just cannot recall where I pulled it from. I get some watercolor paper from the Dollar Tree or Dollarama for techniques like this or papers putting in, because it's a little bit thicker paper and sometimes that's what I want. So now this tea dyeing will be on this piece of paper too, and we will use that at a later time, I'm sure. Okay, so now I'm going to use that for the middle. Oh, I should wipe this. I got a little overspray happening on that one. So this is going to be our middle, and I think I want to, I'm just checking to see, because I don't want to come right on her face, the girl's face. So I'm just checking to make sure that I fold. It's going to be off folded a tiny bit, and that's all right by me. Yeah. Or should we go over here? No, I think I'll go this way. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that one in half, and that will be the middle of our signature. So when I'm doing these, where's my bone folder? Oh, I'll use this one. So when I'm putting together a signature and for an envelope journal, or a single signature journal in general, well, even in the other journals, I will do from, well, with a single signature journal, I will do 12 to 15 pages I will use. And depending if I do a 3, 4, or 5, sometimes I will just put, I tend to go up to 12, 10 to 12 with those ones. So yeah, that's going to be the middle. Okay, and then what I want to do is then I will just fold some of these. I definitely want this one in there. So just fold that one. And I'm going to have that one in the middle. I'll probably put tea dyed or coffee dyed there in between those two. This one here, I don't mind at all rough edged ends of the paper, but this one I'm going to cut off just because I think this here might have been, I had done this in the oven, I believe, this tea dyeing, and I might have done it a little bit long and I got a little bit burnt there, so that is, I'm going to cut that off because it will be fragile, and so I will just take it off. So I'm just going to cut this, and I'm not making my pages even at all. I don't want them even. I like the texture and the look of different sized papers. This journal is what I want. So we're going to use this one for sure too. So I'll get that folded up. I think I want to use his map as well. And we want to use, I definitely want to use my sewing pattern page. So we'll put that in there. Again, I'm just going to trim this a little bit because I pulled it out of the book. And it's got some white. I guess I could have, of course, edged that with ink too, but I'm just going to trim that off. There we go. Put this in the book also. And then I want to use this one for sure also, this darker colored, I think it's coffee dyed paper. I want to use that. So we'll just get that in here too. Okay, and then what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and I've got 4 that I sprayed that go in there, so that will make 10. So then I'm going to put this one in there too because it's dark, a darker coffee dyeing. So I'll put that in there. And then I think I will use this because I do love the green on that one for sure. And then I had this book, and I want to take an image out of it because it's a beautiful book as well, and it's dark. We got the black also, which I think will look awesome with this particular journal. So there was a couple of pages I marked that I might want to use because this was green. I thought that might go good. I do like that one. Or I had another one here. I liked these birds. Would be nice on both sides. This one, oh yeah, this one had the green, has the little bird right there. And I liked that one too. I like the birds on that side. And I like how it's got the gray. Yeah, I think I like that better than the other green page. I think I'm going to put that one in. Let's see what else I've got here. Oh yes, and I was going to put this in too, in the book, because of the black. So I book paged this because of the green once again. Yeah, no, not that one. And I marked this because, and I'm going to use one of these envelopes in the journal as well. Put it right in the signature. No, I don't think that one. I'm going to think about that for a second. Okay, and then I had this page here. No, I'm liking this one the best. So I'm just going to tear this out of the book. And we'll put it in our book. I really like this image. Hopefully I can get it out just fine. I should pull it over here so you can see. Okay, that's not going to come out easy, so I'm just going to use my trusty knife here, and I'm just going to cut down the middle there. See if that'll come out. Yeah, I'm going to cut it a little more. Hopefully it gives way this time. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll just straighten up the edge a little bit with my cutter. There we go. So we're done with that book. I just wanted one image from that one. And we'll just see if my small cutter is long enough to cut these. Not quite, so I'll use my other one. Just line that up a little. That should be good. There we go. Turn that off a little. And then we'll use that image. Okay, so I want to fold it exactly in half, or do we want to offset it just a tad? No, I think we're good. Except for we'll go this way. See what this looks like. Yep, that'll be fine. So we'll fold it this way. And it looks like I may have to take some off the length of it. Cut a little bit off the length. So this is the process that I go through when putting a signature together. Is I pick out the papers that I'd like to put in the signature. Yeah, that one's going to be a little bit too long for this book. So I'm going to take, what am I at? 9.5. So I think I'll take an inch off one side and a half an inch off the other side, perhaps. That's what I'll do. I could have did this with my small one. Okay, so we're 10. Let's go 9. And then we'll go just under 8.5. I think is what I'll do. Well, let's see. I think this is a 9-inch envelope, so let's see how well that'll fit in there. Oh yeah, that fits pretty good, but I'm going to take a little bit more off, so I will take it to 8.5 is what I think I'm going to do. There we go. And I want to put this in here also. I think what I'm going to do with this one is spray a little bit of Coffee-Dye on this side, like I did with the other papers. So I'm going to just quickly do that. And the other ones should be dry enough by now. So I'm just going to do a little bit of spraying on this one. We'll let it dry for a little bit. And we'll see how our other papers are doing. Not quite dry, but pretty close. So I'm going to bring those over here. And we'll fold some of these. So I just want to show you. I'm wondering if I should, before I put that away, I need to decide which one I want to use in the book. This one or this one. I think I'm going to use the longer one. Yeah, I'm going to use the longer one. So what I'm going to do is I think I will just put a bit of coffee or tea on this envelope as well. I'm going to decorate it also, of course. But I'm going to just put this base on it. If I end up covering the whole thing, that's fine too. But I will have a little bit of tea dyeing on it otherwise. Okay, so we're going to leave that one to dry, as well as our multiplication table one. We'll let those dry. And these are the ones that I sprayed. So, as you can see, didn't that turn out wonderful? Just splattered across. I really like that one for sure. And then these ones here that I'm going to use in the book. These grit papers. That's how they turned out. And then the ledger paper is the other one that I had sprayed. So I'm going to just, these are a little damp, but that's okay. I'm still going to fold them just because I want to see how many papers I have. So we got that one and this one. One. We'll fold this one this way. Just like that. And then this one, I'll wait a second, see how many pages I have. These, I think I want to take off the strip with the holes. Just a strip. And I'm going to just take those off for this journal. Sometimes I leave it, sometimes I don't. So I'm going to just take that off. Yeah, they're a little bit damp, so, but I will keep it. It'll be good for collaging. And then we'll take this off. This one off. There we go. And then, shall I keep the, kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave the top on this one. Okay. So we got an envelope and another piece to go in, the multiplication. So let's just place these ones. I really kind of like that, so I might make that the one on the top when you open the journal. And then we'll put this one probably here. We'll put one here. And then we'll put the other one. We'll put the other one perhaps here. And then we have the bird. The birds as well as the this side. I'm just trying to decide which way. I think I'll go this way. Okay, so we need to place our birds, and I think I'll put that. Let's see. I think I'm going to move this one where the map is. And then I'm going to put the map in this right beside this green. I like that placement. And then I'm going to put the birds right here, I think. Okay, so let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm liking, that's pretty bulky. And then I have the envelope, which would make 13, and the multiplication will make 14. I'm just going to get the cover here and see what we think. Yeah, I think they'll put those two papers in, and that will be enough. So I'm going to leave the ledger paper out of this one. I can certainly use it in another journal. And like, I'm going to put this brooch on here, but I'm not going to put it on right away till I decide on a closure, if I'll have one, if I won't, so that we can decide where we want to place that. And yeah, so I want to put a pocket on there for sure, on the front, and I may put a pocket on the back, and we'll start decorating the pages. So I'm going to stop this video here, and we will continue in the next installment of this journal. And yeah, because we will probably work on what I want in the front here, and this video has gotten probably long enough, and I'm not going to sew the signature in right away just because I'm not sure. I may want to do some embellishing inside, and it might be easier to do that before the signature is sewed in. So I'll think about that. And that's it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, and that you will come along with me on this journey. Keep coming with me on this journey of making this journal. Again, loved how the pocket had turned out. And we will see you in the next video. You all have a lovely, lovely day, and a very crafty day. And please remember to like and subscribe. It will help my channel grow. And if you push that notification bell at the bottom, it will let you know when I put up the next video. So until next time, bye for now.